And you are logged on to Health Campus or Campus Health right here on ATU TV. Here we talk everything health. And you know there is a saying that health is wealth, but wealth is not health. So as an individual, our health should be our priority. I am Nana Akosia Eseidwa, and I'm here with a registered midwife, graduate physician assistant, and a co-host as well. She is Marie Stella Seckley, and we're going to talk about the feminine hygiene. But today our focus is going to be on vaginal health. Yes, so join me and join us as we learn and educate ourselves. Hello and welcome.
Hi, Yakusia. It's been a while.
Yes, you looking so beautiful.
Oh, you too.
Thank you so much. Now today we're talking about vaginal hygiene.
Okay.
Okay, so if an individual is keeping the vaginal healthy, what is that term?
I mean, just like you said, it's vaginal health or feminine hygiene, where you make an attempt to keep your vaginal environment healthy. In actual sense, the vaginal keeps itself healthy.
Okay.
So you don't really need to do any much as a woman to keep the vaginal healthy.
Okay. Now, we mostly visit the hospitals, but then most people do that when they are ill.
Okay.
As a woman that you keep down there clean and healthy, what is the right time or when is the right time to see a doctor?
Okay. So every woman has a vaginal discharge.
Okay.
I believe when you check into your inside your pants, you see some whitish discharge in your pants.
Okay.
So a normal vaginal discharge is actually very white, like it's just colorless.
Okay.
And then it doesn't itch.
Okay.
It doesn't smell as well. So any vaginal discharge that is colorless, doesn't smell, doesn't itch, it's a normal vaginal discharge. So when to see a doctor is when you start to feel itchy or it starts to get offensive.
Okay.
Then you need to know that something is actually happening down there, or the color changes. Yes.
Okay, so when it comes to vaginal itching, as you mentioned, you see sometimes when these things happen, women and girls try to insert things. Some will say, I want to make the place very tight. You know that. And a whole lot of things we do we think we are protecting the body or we are making the place okay. Is it right for a girl or a lady to be doing that?
Okay. So I mentioned earlier that the vaginal keeps itself clean or healthy.
Yeah.
So the normal pH of the vagina is acidic.
Okay.
Anything below 7. I mean, from basic school, we learned that pH scale is from 1 to 14. So anything below 7 is acidic, and that is what the normal pH of the vagina is.
Okay.
So again, the vagina has organisms there that keep it healthy.
Okay.
So there are microflora like bacteria, candida. All those organisms are there to keep the place healthy.
Okay.
You start to get infection when the microflora there changes in number or outgrow each other. So we mentioned that when you start having itches, change in color, and the rest, then you need to see the doctor. Okay. In actual sense, putting things there, introducing foreign materials inside your vagina, trying to douche, going to buy things to make the place tight, you're actually putting yourself at risk of vaginal infections. Okay. So it's not right.
So in this situation, what are we supposed to do? Because sometimes you feel maybe the place is wide and you'd have to close the gap. And so in this situation, as a health professional, yes, what are you supposed to do as an individual? What advice would you give?
How did you get the place wide in the first place?
Okay.
Well, we are talking about feminine hygiene. Okay. So first of all, I'll say again, the vagina keep itself healthy. So if you practice good hygiene, personal hygiene, make sure you wash your pants as well. You wash when you go to the washroom, you clean from front to back so that the microflora in your your anal area doesn't find its way into your vagina. So you maintain good personal hygiene. Then you avoid putting foreign objects like herbs, anything foreign inside
these herbs,
yeah,
do they work? Because if somebody would say this is what these are some of the things our parents, our grandparents were using, does it really work?
Well, I wouldn't say they work or they don't work.
Okay.
But what I can tell you is that most of them actually alter the vaginal environment. They alter the pH. That's how come you end up getting infection.
Okay.
So in actual sense, just normal water after bathing is enough to wash your vagina to keep it healthy.
Okay.
And then you sometimes to age when you are growing, that can also impact your vaginal health. Sometimes hormonal imbalances. So you need to do what depends on you, like the hygiene, avoiding douching. When I say douching, like you put things there to flush out something.
Okay.
Using scented soaps, perfumes together. No, you don't need to do all of that. Just normal water. Even using antiseptics like Dettol and the rest to wash your. People do that, but when you do that, I mentioned that there are microflora in your vagina which keeps the place healthy. So if you use Dettol, which is an antibacterial, an antiseptic, when you use it there, you would destabilize the place. So you kill some of the organisms there, giving way for the others to overgrow. So you have candida there, you have the bacteria also there. When you use Dettol will alter the bacteria, leaving the candida to overgrow. So that imbalance is what causes the infection. So why not just leave it be? I mean,
leave it big.
Yeah, leave it be.
And in this case, someone will say, if I leave it big.
No, I'm saying leave it be.
Okay, we should leave it be.
Yeah, as it is. Stop doing those things that can alter the vaginal environment. But if you are thinking about tightening down there, I can recommend what we call Kegel exercise. So imagine that you are going to a public washroom, or even in the house, you are going to the washroom and someone is in there and you want to wait until the person finishes. You see the way you hold yourself. You can imagine. So that is a form of exercise that strengthens the pelvic muscle. So it can. We recommend that for those who deliver and
they think the place is white.
Yes, so we recommend it for. So that's one thing you can do, and other forms of exercises. By trying to get herbs products. What happens if it expands again? Yeah. So.
Wow. I'm really learning, and I'm sure you're doing same as well. Now, when ladies, we normally experience vaginal itching. The place is itching, you'd have to get this, you'd have to get that. And some always want to do a self-medication before, when maybe it gets the extreme, they try to see a doctor or make the attempt to see a doctor. In this case, how do I prevent vaginal itching?
So the itch is because you have an infection. I mentioned that normal vaginal discharge doesn't itch. It doesn't smell. So if you start having an itch, it means that there is an infection. So what I recommend is that you go straight to the hospital and have it checked, because there are various forms of vaginal infection. It could be candida, it could be vaginosis, it could be anything. So if you try to treat it at home, you may be complicating issues. So it's better you go to the hospital, they do a test, find the actual organism that is causing the itch, and then it's being attended to. Sometimes they may give you pessaries to insert there. That's different from you trying to go and get some herbs and some things by yourself.
Talking about the herbs, sometimes when you go on the socials, people really educate others. Use this combo and then it's going to work for you. If you go to the comment sections and read, some will be like, yes, I used it and it worked. Yes, I used it and it worked. Yes, I used it and it worked. So in this case, they are giving a testimony that this combo actually works. What are some of the side effects later on?
You agree with me that this social media is really used for various reasons. People, business mostly.
Yeah.
And everything we do have pros and cons.
Okay.
So those herbs, sometimes some may cause infertility issues, infection, just to mention a few.
You made mention of scented soaps. When we use them, is going to give, or it's a way of getting infection. We should avoid the use of scented soaps. Now, most of the soaps that we use in bathing are scented. Definitely, you take the soap and the sponge down there to wash down. In this case, are you advising we don't bathe down there, or
okay? So you're a woman, okay?
Sure.
I believe most women know how the reproductive organ looks like. Yes. What you see outside is not the vagina. It's called the vulva.
Yeah.
So that the vulva has oil glands and the rest. So that can be cleaned with oil. But when we are talking about vagina, it's actually inside. So I'm talking about you trying to put your hand there with scented soap, trying to flush things out. That's what I'm actually talking about, but not the vulva. So what you see is not the vagina.
Okay,
it's
so
the vulva.
This is to all of us. Inside, according to our nurse here, our midwife here, and that's actually true. Inside is what she's saying we should avoid insecting things there. But outside can be cleaned properly. Yes, you have to maintain personal hygiene. And that's the men as well. You'd have to shave, you'd have to clean them neatly so that you get safe. To avoid infection, you get it. So let's all try and do that as well. Now, most people uses a whole lot of things to do all these kind of things. As you said, it is not advisable. Can there be a situation whereby a doctor recommends a medication for me? I use it and still the situation is the same as it is. Can there be a situation whereby after using what he recommended and it didn't work for me, there's a way that a herbal medicine can work?
Well, I'm not an expert when it comes to herbal medications. But what I can say is that, sometimes we go to the hospital and we mention the symptoms to the health professional, and maybe he would want to do some tests to find out the exact organism that is causing the infection. But you don't have the money. So he tries to cut corners by using something in general. And that may not work for you compared to if he's actually treating you based on evidence.
Okay.
I don't know if you get my point.
Yeah, I do.
So in cases like that, when you go to the hospital and you get a medication and it seems it's not working for you, you just have to go back, seek another option. I'm someone who always advise people for second medical opinion.
Okay.
If you come to my hospital and you seem not to be getting well, you can try another person because knowledge is not in the head of just one person. Okay. So you can try a second medical opinion.
Now, can an individual use vaginal steaming for vaginal health?
Okay, we will recommend warm sits. Okay. Okay. So where you use warm water, you can use warm water. But if you are steaming, like you're steaming meat or like plenty vapor, sometimes it can irritate the linings of your vagina. And once the linings are irritated and microorganisms go in there, they can replicate and it can alter the pH as well. So once the pH alters, you get an infection. So warm sits bath is better than having a steam. Like
So
Do
it
you
should
want
be
to cook
warm.
something like yeah, just
It
warm,
should be warm.
just warm water.
And you see, some people add salt to the warm water. Is it advisable?
Yeah, that's okay. You know, salt has antimicrobial properties. That's how come they use it to preserve Kobe and the rest.
Yes.
So yeah, that's fine.
So it's fine to use the salt.
Mostly we recommend the Adan salt.
Okay.
You just pour it inside warm water and use it to wash that face. But it's mostly something we recommend for post delivery. But once a while you can do it.
Once a while. So if it is post delivery, you can do it often, or
you can do it as often as you want recover. But once a while, it shouldn't be.
I'm really enjoying this, but you know, what will be your final words for us as a woman, as we are women, and a lot of women out there watching us? What advice would you give to us in terms of feminine hygiene?
Okay, so I'll just say that leave the vagina to do its work by keeping itself clean. Then try your part where you keep yourself, you maintain your personal hygiene. And then last month, which is January, was cervical cancer awareness month. So I like to use this opportunity to encourage every woman in their childbearing age from 21 to like 65 to go for a screening.
Okay.
Go and check yourself.
Is it free?
No, it's not free. But if we were during the period of the awareness, some hospitals were doing it free and some actually subsidize the price. But right now, I don't think you can get it free. But it's for your own health. Yes. So you can try and get yourself
for the sake of our viewers. Someone might say, "Oh, I would want to know my budget. I would want to know maybe how much it's going to cost." How much do you think will cost an individual to do this generally?
Unfortunately, if it's something I can't mention a price.
Okay, it differs.
Yes.
But it ranges from what? Maybe 100 cedis to maybe 350 you can get from a hospital, like.
I think I'd have to check with that and then give it to you. So you give it to you.
Okay. It's been wonderful having you here. It's been wonderful. I'm sure you've learned something as well. Yes, they normally say health as wealth, as I said in my intro, but wealth is not health. Someone will say, Akusia, it's a lie. No, it isn't. If you are healthy, yes, if you are healthy, you can work as many years as you want to get your wealth. But let's say you have wealth, but then you have challenges with your health. How are you going to cope in this situation? You end up using all your money to cater for yourself. And that is why they say health is wealth. Due to time, we wrap up here and catch you same time with another mind-blowing episode. My name is Nana Akusia Isidwa. Thank you so much for watching.